Echo is a story about pieces, a world loosely based off Echo, Utah with its serenic atmosphere that slowly builds character over time. Chase, the protagonist, a young adult attending Pueblo University for journalism, where he will return back to his hometown to work on a school project, joining 5 of his childhood friends to reunite. Leo, a wolf who immigrated with his family from El Salvador to the United States at a young age, had dropped out of college and now lives at his old parents' home, staying loyal to his family business, where his father runs an auto shop in Peyton. Jenna, a fox who is pursuing a psychology degree, had suffered from past familial abuse, having 2 brothers, Adam, who committed suicide, and Jeremy, who deals drugs. TJ, a lynx vulnerable to fear and crying, lest his anxiety linger towards his adulthood. Flynn, a plain-spoken and understrained Gila lizard, held down by his wrongdoing and rage. He was born and raised in Echo by his aunt, the mayor of Echo. Flynn will continue to live in Echo, elected as Echo's town clerk. Carl, who uses marijuana to cope with his anxiety, continues to live at his old folks' place. Each route having such an influence on uncovering the stories beneath Echo, the surrounding environment has you running in circles within each character progression you play. The pieces only become more clear the further you go, linking you closer to the point of discovery. Readers playing for the first time will not know what they're getting themselves into, only to expect the worst who weren't really in for the story and just wanting a happy ending that involves without uncovering the story. Oh, give me a second, my pizza's done. So after playing Jenna's route, I have to say, good job Echo team, grawro. This was really well thought out. The writing for Jenna was indescribably really well made, from its incline to its climax. It was really fun, and it really had a run for my money. That's right, I said really a lot, because it was really great, grawro. Shut up. I was very surprised to find out how simple the story was set up. But I feel as if Jenna's route was something needed to have been read at first, and if read at first, would make the other characters feel based, mostly because of the format of how information is given within Jenna's route is well balanced with the paranormal activity naturally being brought in. Though knowing about the Tubla and who and why the townfolk received strange dreams of events when the hum took over would have been helpful knowledge for the reader, though I don't think the player would get much of an experience finding out about this. But I also find a problem where people only play one character's route and stop playing altogether. When I played Flynn's route, it feels like the paranormal activity happens without rhyme or reason. I also should keep it well in mind that a visual novel is played throughout multiple routes and endings to put components and parts of the story together to form a concrete, well-written story. Alright, I won't bore you guys with my stupid criticism. You guys came here to watch something. So coming back to the visual novel, I will be focusing on Jenna's route since I've already played the others and no need for me to give my final opinion on them. And I only gonna play Jenna's route because the majority of you proclaimed that Jenna's route was the best so far, which it better be, because in my last video I proclaimed that it was, without, finishing it. You gotta make me look bad, grawro. I also looked over Flynn's route and saw a few edits and images added in as well. I ain't going to look over everybody else's route to see if there are new changes or whatever, because that would take forever. This is a quick review that'll keep entertaining as well with some logical criticism. I don't feel like explaining characters' history like Michelle, Brian, and yo boy Leo, who I don't like, and it's going to suck up more than half of the video. Wait, you like Leo? Write the review yourself while you're at it. Why don't you just fucking take over? During day 1, Chase, TJ, Carl, Leo, Flynn, and Jenna rejoin at a motel. All is well with the group, as each night Chase will receive a dream that hints to the story. Chase is also not the only one that can receive dreams or hallucinations while in Echo, but everyone else. Most reported, seeing Chase walking around Echo a week before his arrival, just after being gone for years. Just like how I go to Taco Bell, people noticeably see that I'm gone for ages and randomly pop back in their backyard. What? Day 2, the gang go out to an amusement park to increase bonding time, which further benefits each character's behavior, so that way the reader can kind of get to understand the character's interactions. with the end of it being Leo and Chase and lovey-dovey grub. Also, to point out, there are 2 different roller coasters in these images right here. Why are there 2 different images? Someone explain themselves. Day 3, the gang will end up going to the river. Chase will work on his school project, recording himself documenting events about Echo. Flynn will later on grab an attitude about Sydney's death because they're not by the lake, which reminds him of Sydney. Which is a good question. Why aren't these young adults playing by the lake? Why not go to the lake in the first place and or talk about the problem or situation beforehand if Sydney's death really bothered you guys and your relationship? Even at a young age, can someone like Flynn really remember Sydney for his age? And what makes him think his friends would have the intent of doing wrong or killing today? With a town this size and the police reports having little to no information on the case, your worries should be less on Sydney's death if the townspeople are ending up missing and are willing to shoot out in public. Maybe it's me just thinking a little too logically and this is just a story. After the argument, you catch up with TJ, making him feel better. Jenna right away being like, we should have just gone to the lake and confronted this problem in the first place. Too late now, Jenna. Stick with the pro. Day 4, Jenna, Chase, and TJ go for a hike with the topic being basic chit-chat, what the young kids talk about. Chase will later on have to take a piss at a good-looking rock and pee on himself after getting scared by some paranormal touches across his fur and what seems to be eyes staring directly towards him. Making it to the top, the 3 enjoy their meal, and Jenna must ask why Chase is all of a sudden into water sports. Come on, man. He then explains the paranormal activity, and Jenna takes note of this seriously as she familiarizes what Chase is describing to her as seeing it in her younger age. Coming back from the hike to the diner to chat some more, mostly just to find out Chase, TJ, Flynn, Leo, and Carl are all gay, and Jenna finds this highly unlikely. I don't know why, but I mean, I guess I got it. Who finds all baguettes in their town? Then, as if things weren't already going so well, Leo comes bursting in with a plan for Carl's birthday tomorrow, a month before his actual birthday. Day 5, Jenna, TJ, Leo, and Chase drive to the mall to get a gift for Carl, casually chatting where Leo will build up an awkward situation for the group. I mean, this is Chase's summer vacation after all, Leo. It should be all about him, not you. I mean, if I came out here for summer vacation, I'm coming out here for summer vacation, bro. Making it to Carl's place, the plan is to host a surprise birthday party with the gang, only to find Carl missing. Flynn and Jenna file a report while Chase and Leo chat about the situation, only for Leo to find out that the police are searching for him after an incident of him breaking the pinball machine. Oh, wait a minute, so the police actually do something in this story? I thought they were just for show. During the talk, if you've ever played Leo's route, you'll raise an eyebrow on why his personality is so different here. Either way, Leo stomps off, leaving before he pushes Duke to the ground, who was just visiting up to the house to ask the group a few questions about why is everyone acting so strange in Echo. Day 6, Chase gets another dream, which seems to be Leo and Chase talking, only it feels like Chase is being mirrored or shadow speaking out. Chase will soon later wake up after midnight, where Jenna will take Chase to go speak with Duke. The 2 talk about the prank they played on Leo because of the dream Chase just had. The prank was Jenna pretending to be another boyfriend Chase had called Jared by making a fake account and pretending Chase was dating another man, making it to Duke's place. In other words, gathering no information out of him other than seeing Chase a week prior to his arrival. Other than that, he is quick to grip onto his gun and threaten the both of them, leading both Jenna and Chase to head back to Carl's house. Flynn, Jenna, and Chase will meet there to talk about what Carl does and the hauntings he has had at home. This doesn't lead to anything, as Jenna informs the group that she's going to go visit Jeremy herself. Jeremy is Jenna's brother, who deals drugs with Carl, which raises some suspicion that Carl was kidnapped. As to why he was kidnapped, what, you guys don't know why he was kidnapped? Flynn, Chase, and Jenna soon journey off to speak with Heather, as you gain little information about her and more about how Jenna was treated in high school, but nothing of use in finding Carl. Also, here's a picture of Keith. Keith is a close friend to Micah, who gets killed by Brian, claiming he murdered him later down the story. I'll explain Brian later, but for now, Jeremy speaks of Keith being missing and so forth. The group returned to the motel by the end of the day. Chase needs to go pee, but the bathroom is occupied, leading him to do his business behind the building, only to, you guessed it, point his dick. Game over, yeah! What you thought I was going to say, he was going to pee on himself again? But she does inform us that the strange photo Carl took was just her looking through Carl's window, and her group did have something to do with Carl. But in other words, she states it as, I'm too afraid to give you any information, so here's my phone number. Call me. Ad time. We here at the grawro community work very hard, and we do take appreciation to what we do. Oh man, is that soup across the counter? I thought we ordered pizza late at night. I'm pregnant. Day 7, we enter another dream with Chase, Sydney's father, Mr. Branson, driving a van with Janice, when Branson suddenly hits an albino feline in the middle of the road, now stuck between the fender skirt and the wheel. So he's dead, right? I don't have to go into any further detail. Well, strangely, the man is still struggling for his life. Maybe Branson should learn how to keep his eyes on the road, and people should stop standing in the middle of the road in pitch black. Bronson and Janice try to lift the van to get him out, but instead crush him to death. Bronson then buries the body before leaving the scene and driving off to a valley to walk to Echo. During that time, Jenna, Chase, and TJ plan to have breakfast, but Chase will be unable to join due to Micah telling Chase the brute, Leo, is miking up a storm over at her place. Chase heads to the scene as Leo and Clint are arguing. Micah then pulls Chase aside to tell him to go speak with Leo to talk him down. Chase makes his way over to the door to go speak with Leo, only for the door to fall off its hinges. The chat ends up nowhere as Leo seems to be headstrong about finding Carl the reckless way. Brian finally showing up smacks the hell out of Leo. Chase soon hops in to go help his friend, because come on now, and telling him we need to get the banana split out of here, or else, Leo, I'm going to leave your dumb wagging tail to die. But Leo keeps fighting till near death as Micah jumps in to save Leo's butt as Brian goes chasing after Micah, leaving Chase to lug the big canine back to the motel. Jenna then shows up to help with Leo's wounds after breakfast, while Leo goes on talking about Chase texting him and visiting last week. This concerns both Jenna and Chase as they are trying to help Leo. They're unclear if what he is saying is from his free will or just has a concussion, leaving them both confirming he needs to go to Peyton's urgent care. Jenna then sends a message to the group about what they're doing, till suddenly all the signals are dead. Leo's condition gets worse, and it's not long till something paranormal happens. A shadow that looks like Chase emerges from behind Leo as Leo and the shadow talk to each other. The shadow then leaves as both Jenna and Chase panic on what they just saw. Though during that time, Micah heads back to their hotel, leading Brian right to them, causing Jenna, Chase, and Leo now being kidnapped and Chase getting knocked out to receive another dream once more. Chase wakes up at Brian's place where he finds Carl bounded down by his neck, wrist, and foot, while Chase and Leo are already bounded up. Clint will then later bring in Jenna, tying her up, while Micah gets handcuffed and kicked around. Clint will take Carl out of the room at gunpoint to take him to Heather's place, while Duke shows up confronting Chase about the townsfolk going chaos, as if Chase should know why the whole town is going crazy. You just kidnapped me, you're holding my friends hostage, nobody's been normal up to this point, so you tell me. Duke then leaves you with Brian as he talks about his life story. He lived in Peyton, living with his father, and soon later off got a fuckboy, who he would visit in Echo and later on move into Echo, to soon later off torture and murder his fuckboy and throw his body in the mines of Echo. He is also the one to murder Duke's wife and Keith. He will then go on to speak about the aliens and monsters that have messed up his life within the town. That's all you need to know about his backstory before he begins torturing the group. Micah is quickly hanged by a noose standing on a stool. Chase is being stitched up with Leo together till something from the closet seems to burst out, moving in a very unnatural way with no mouth or eyes, just holes, which is described in every character's route as it seems to save Micah from the noose before grabbing Brian with his final words, Micah quickly grabs the keys to let her friends free, and with some fine knifey craftsmanship, cuts off the stitches off Chase and Leo. Leo, Jenna, Micah, and Chase are puzzled by the creature they just saw. Afraid to go back outside, out in fear of what the creature could do to them, the group then decide to head off to Peyton to receive help, except for Leo. He's called out to go rescue Carl. Yeah, you do that, Leo. You go do that. While you're at it, go buy me some cookies. Day 8, the group set off and soon find a van that strangely turns on right in front of them. As they go to investigate, Leo will briefly say that they have visited this van before. Searching the van, you find a live camera that belongs to Micah that was used back then for filming a porno with Micah and Leo. The radio turns on, with a mirroring voice of Chase speaking out, but it is not Chase speaking, but of his words. Micah says to not speak to the hum based on the Miseta spiritualism that Keith brought up. What is the hum? The hum you get around a few places around the town, such as an object or person where paranormal activity, or in our case, spiritual entities from the afterlife. The voice inside Chase's head will cause Chase to speak out, saying it's not the van, as to say the voice in Chase's head is saying it's Leo. It all snaps in Leo's head over this obsession he has, confessing his emotion that he has built up, lying to himself over the years as the shadow Chase seems to disappear. Jenna does say that this whole thing could be a tabla, but wouldn't explain a lot about the paranormal activity. The group still plan on leaving Echo and walking on Route 65. Walking down the road, Chase will soon spot the grave that Branson, from his dream, ran over a feline. Pulling out the wallet, he finds out it's Samuel Aris, an elder feline born in 1890s. Samuel is also known in the visual novel The Smokehouse. I don't know much information about him since I'm generally not sure if you guys are still interested in this story or me playing The Smokehouse. Samuel speaks to Chase from the afterlife. Here we'll call it a hum, just like the scene that played out in the van. Samuel speaks to Chase further down the road, and it's hard to really understand if Samuel has power over Chase's decisions, but only in Echo. Realizing that the group are walking in the wrong direction to the motel, they took note that they were closer to Heather's place than the motel, so they decided to go to Heather's since Jeremy and Duke had taken Carl there, and most likely they could steal one of their vehicles. TJ will suddenly appear right when the group are just about to break in a panic as well, so he's got some great news to tell you about the town's in chaos. Thank you, TJ. Thank you, but that was yesterday. Flynn will show up right after in his own vehicle, so you don't have to worry about that. Flynn, Leo, Jenna, Micah, and Chase all enter in, searching the place and find Carl, but soon finding Heather already taking shots at her father in the closet, threatening to kill the rest of them if they don't leave. Unable to do so, she threatens to kill everyone in Echo and bursts, running right past the group and driving off. Chase takes note of what she was just holding in her hand, a folder. Chase informs the group of her working with her father at the dam, with the key intent on killing everyone in Echo by flooding the town. This prompts everyone with the idea of saving Echo and Heather, so the team are quick to head up Route 65 to stop Heather. Making it to the dam, you are right to expect her on flooding Echo. Flynn takes the role of a sniper, while Jenna, Chase, and Micah try to talk Heather from backing down on her actions. While she takes fire, Chase, Jenna, and Micah taking cover behind pillars. Chase and Jenna, assuming they are speaking to Heather, assume that the hum is lingering around. The dark creature that had appeared in all the other routes shows its form from behind like a shadow, as the creature has taken note of where Flynn's gun was aiming at, knowing full well if they don't talk Heather down to stop flooding Echo, it would be all over for them. Jenna would have to stick up for her friends, stepping out to save everyone. In front of Heather, where she lifted her gun, pointed directly at her, speaking with her tiny little words that she had, grawro, and it all came down to this last moment. Heather dropped her gun. The scene then cuts to the main character's safe at Peyton. as the squad cars go out to investigate Echo. They claim to have sent help earlier. Yeah, right. They were probably eating donuts, doing nothing in there. They said there was a traffic jam. Yeah, the internet's gone for 14 hours and you haven't realized that, hey, there's a problem. Wait a minute. Did they say 14 hours? That means Echo was in 14 hours of pitch black. So yeah, that is the story of Jenna's route. Really well done. Would I like to read another of these again? Probably no. I'm not a big fan on horror stories. Would I recommend someone else to play one of these characters? If you're a person that's just gonna play this once, I'd say just play Jenna's route. If you're someone who wants to get really into this, I'd say start with TJ's route first. But others will have their own reasons and their favorite characters. So I can't really point you to one of them if you're into something like a romantic story, because this is not a romantic story. And if it was, then I guess just go play Leo's route. But other than that, you're gonna be playing for the experience mostly. Thank you guys for watching and have a good one. I'll see you during my stream. No, I'm not doing streams no more. Whatever I'm mostly doing these days, hopefully not running into circles. That's for sure.